Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Green Factor, a show where we talk about green design and the business of sustainability. I'm your host, Haris the Green Carpenter, and today we'll be talking about sustainable finances for SME. Um, and this episode, we have CIMB as one of the that we're talking more about their sustainable finance. With me, we have Mr. Azmir Abdullah from CIMB, and he will be sharing more about our topic today. Hi, Azmi.
Hello, hi Ray. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. So I think we met few months ago or near one year ago. I can't remember, but we've been always communicating online and all that. And recently, I managed to attend some of your program, and I find it quite interesting. So I feel like more people should know. And since a lot of our audience comes from the business side, so I feel like these are something that is important for them. So thank you for agreeing to be part of the show, Mr. Azmi. So before we go into our topics, can you just share a little bit about your journey personally and how you've come into this sustainability segment?
Okay. Probably have to apologize because it may sound like a bit of promo for CIMB because I kind of started with CIMB in their management training program. That was back in 2009. And part of the management training program, of course, you have your rotations and you're supposed to cover many departments. And so this is my 14th, 15th year in CIMB. I started with corporate banking, then I went to private banking, and then both about 5 years each. And then uh, that move after private banking was Islamic commercial banking, but especially that was when my sustainability journey started, I guess. My ex-boss then asked me to look at sustainability, specifically, and this was just a couple of months before pandemic and all our MCO. And I thought to myself that finally I get to be in Islamic banking, and at the same time I could start on this new area that I knew nothing then. Probably, it was, I only knew that, it's gonna come up and it won't go down, right? So that was the thought process. And I said, why not try? So that was when it started. And I guess uh, things developed quite at a rapid pace, I guess, during COVID, in the sustainability space, and really, we learned a lot of things, and we also implemented a lot of things even during COVID, and that's where we are now, I guess. And in CIMB, I guess I got that opportunity to learn about this through various channels, and I had the chance to learn about sustainability from the Frankfurt School of Finance and Management, and recently we also had Cambridge Institute of Sustainable Leadership training as well. So a lot of things happen, and I'm glad that I chose this path, and today where we are, I think we've seen a lot of developments, and I think a lot of good stuff are still out there to come.
Interesting. So I think there's a lot of interest in terms of sustainability, especially after MCO, right? After COVID, and I think this is primarily because people at that time as well see COVID as one of environmental crisis as well. So there's a lot of interest in it. There's a lot of misunderstanding and all that. So I'm guessing right now. Uh, a lot of it will start from the corporate, because right now we are seeing listed company, they have to do extended ESG, and so there's a lot of push for corporates to adopt sustainability. So my question is, I think it's more on CIMB, like, so how does CIMB start its journey, and what is the sustainability story for CIMB?
Okay, so I guess with many corporates, I think maybe 10 or 15 years ago, a lot of it started from, of course, CSR, right? And back in 2007, I think CIMB established CIMB Foundation, where we had the CSR. But fast forward, I think the sustainability journey really started around 2018. That this was where I think CIMB had sustainability. We formalized we formalized sustainability as part of our strategy, and we embedded it into our core business strategy. So that was when I guess the seed was planted. And of course, from 2018, there were various developments. I think in 2019, we became one of the founding members or signatory to UNEP FI Principles for Responsible Banking. In that same year, we set up group sustainability to drive and develop a lot of policies to be implemented within the bank. We did our sector guides, and of course, we also, I think, at the external front, we also started with our Cooler Earth Sustainability Summit, and that has become our flagship Sustainability Summit that we hold every year. Coming again soon this year in September. And in 2020, we developed the GSIPS framework. This is the Green, Social and Sustainable Impact Products and Services framework for the bank. And in 2020, I think we also launched the Sustainable Link Financing for the corporates. I think there was an allocation of about 3 billion for the corporates. And there was also the coal sector guide. And I think our commitment to phase out coal by 2040. 2021, specifically for commercial banking, that was when I think we launched the Green Biz Ready proposition. I'll probably explain a bit more on that later. And we also had our commitment of 30 billion for sustainable finance for CIMB by 2024, where we announced in 2021. And that has also actually doubled. We announced the new target in 2022. And in 2022, we also published our initial Scope 3, our baseline Scope 3, which is basically derived from mostly our customers, is finance emissions, and we have identified the most carbon intensive sectors that we should start taking actions on. In 2022, for commercial banking, I think the one of the main catalysts was Bank Negara's low carbon transition facility, and this is to really help or assist SMEs to start their sustainable journey, to look into reducing carbon emissions in their operations. And I think this is the main product that we've been sharing with a lot of SMEs if they want to start their sustainability journey. And for CIMB, I think we announced that we committed to 100 million of this LCTF for SMEs.
So a lot have been done within just a span of few years. And for me, I saw CIMB is doing a lot in terms of pushing the agenda and also promoting sustainability. My question is like, why? Why is it so important for CIMB? Because of course, everyone feels the pressure, but why does specifically your organization feel like it's important for you guys?
Okay, I guess there's a long answer version as well, but the short answer to that is it's just the right thing to do, right? And really, as a financial institution, and I guess the role that we play in the economy to mobilize the funding and whatnot, I guess it's it's to channel those funding to the right sectors, to the right companies going in the right direction, uh, and and really going back to that, it's just the right thing to do. Because if I mean, of course, we recognize and we acknowledge that facing climate change and etc. Right, and there has to be drastic actions to be taken, and if not, then we don't know what kind of environment that will be going into. And once that happens, the externalities change and whatnot. I think it will affect a lot of businesses, right? Be it big or small. And really, I think you know channeling those funding to the right purpose, the right sectors, the right companies is the right thing to do. And then, of course, when we do this, of course, we hope that we will deliver positive impact. And for CIMB, I think there's a lot of areas that are our material matters, right? We have our customers, we have our customer, we have biodiversity and ecosystem, and we have the financial inclusion aspect as well. Not just talking about climate, but the financial inclusion aspect where we talk about social parts of it. So many parts that that is important to us uh, in terms of sustainability. Uh, we 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 need to, I mean this is just something that is the right thing to do, going back to that short answer, right? And we want to play that role in the economy.
Hmm, understand. So I think there are a
And
lot
maybe
of
maybe
initiative.
maybe maybe I'll just
Ah,
quote from Jack Welch, who is the
hmm,
CEO of GE, right? I like this quote. He said that if the rate of change outside exceeds the rate of change on the inside, the end is near, right? So that's the part that be it CIMB, be it SMEs, be it corporates, right? If the external environment is changing and we are not adapting to it, perhaps what Jack Welch mentioned is true. The end is near. So we got to be adapting, to the externalities.
understand. So I'm sure CIMB have a lot of initiative being done internally and also externally. So I think before we go specific to Greenpeace, can you just share a little bit of the initiatives, either internal or external, in terms of promoting sustainability?
Okay, sure. I think probably we'll focus a bit more on sustainable finance itself. Of course, within the bank, we have different business units. We have corporate banking, we have commercial banking, and we have consumer banking. Now, all of these business units, of course, they have their respective customers. All of this business unit would have their respective products and services that would cater to this sustainable finance. Now, corporate, I mentioned earlier in our journey, I think we have that sustainability linked financing. For consumer, we have our green mortgage and green auto finance. And I think recently our consumer side have also launched the green or the sustainable lifestyle, where we incorporate as consumers we may buy electrical products, and to kind of uh, influence or nudge that change in to adopt more sustainable lifestyle. We had some promotions where we promote buying more energy efficient electrical goods, for example. So we have all those sustainable finance solutions at across the board. For commercial banking specifically, we have the green biz ready proposition, and that is basically a one-stop solution for SMEs to start and advance in the sustainability journey, because I think we recognize that when it comes to sustainability, for a lot of SMEs, it becomes a blurry or a blurry subject, or it becomes very clear and they do not know what to prioritize and where to start, right? And this is where Green Biz Ready comes in, and then it intends to kind of give that capacity building element for SMEs. So it's very important for them to understand the big picture first before they take the small steps. And it will be more meaningful when they take the small steps, because at least they know why are they taking those steps and where are they heading to. And for commercial banking, I guess when it comes to financing, that's where we have the low carbon transition facility again. And apart from that, there's also a facility called high tech and green facility for SMEs that are in the green technology sectors. So apart from the users adopting, we can also cater for companies that are providing this technology, green technology solutions, if they need financing.
Understand,
So
understand.
and really leveraging on this green biz ready proposition, I think there's a lot of things that we can actually expand it to.
Hmm.
And For example, I think maybe second half of last year and earlier this year, there's, I think, an increasing focus, both by big corporates as well as regulators, on supply chain, right?
Hmm.
I think you covered this a bit with Amira, in fact, in the previous episode. And really, I think Green Biz Ready is one of the options that the SMEs can consider, because it gives that holistic approach, because we understand the big picture that will be actually delivered by Impacto. We work closely with Impacto on the Green Biz Ready, and it's free for CIMB customers. Happy to mention that.
Yes,
Um,
yes, me.
yes.
So, I think, yeah, you've tell a little bit about some of the stuff that you are offering as well, and you've touched a little bit about green bees. So I think let's narrow down to green bees. So green
Right.
bees, can we just have an overview of like what is it, and like what is the green bees ready program?
Okay. So yeah, it's specific for commercial banking. So meaning that for SMEs mainly, supposed to help SMEs start and advance in their sustainability journey. We've got various associates there, be it government agencies, be it private companies. We even have a UN entity in there to help with certain advisory. We have the solution providers as well, the renewable energy players, solar, and various other associates. But maybe I mentioned this just now. But One of the unique associate that we have in Green Biz Ready is Impacto. They are boutique sustainability consultant that we work closely with, and they have a program, to kind of guide SMEs in starting the sustainability journey. And really, they give that big picture before SMEs would probably plan their next few steps in the sustainability journey. And that becomes the basis or the foundation for SMEs to actually build on as they embark on the sustainability journey. And of course, when they embark on the sustainability journey, there will be actions that they can take. For example, they will understand that under the environment pillar, there's energy consumption, that they probably have to look at, and they probably have to look at reducing, because that is one of the main sources of carbon emission. And this is where we kind of link the various associates in Green Biz Ready to be assisting in that sustainable journey. So if they need to switch to renewable energy, then we can actually pair them up with solar companies, with energy efficiency companies, and the likes. And if they have products that they're not certified green, and maybe their customers are asking for it, or maybe they're looking at a market that requires certain certification, that's where we have CIRIM, and and we have many others. We work with Matrade as well, and Malaysia Green Tech, of course. Matrade, I think that was the program. Matrade and MGTC, I think that was the program that you mentioned, Harith. Uh, the one that we had a session with a lot of SMEs, where Impacto delivered that workshop for SMEs to start their sustainability journey. Um, and the financing part, right, where
So we seem to be having a bit of technical difficulty from Azmi's side. So I think just to add on, or to make it easy for a lot of us, is some of the reference. So if you want to know more about CIMB program, you can just Google CIMB Greenpeace Ready. It's actually under the CIMB website, but because the website and the slash is quite wrong long, so I would suggest for you to uh, Google it, and then you find the website. So there's a lot of other things that CIMB is offering as well, and you can look under the website. At the same time, if let's say you need to get in touch directly with Mr. Azmir, you can connect with him in LinkedIn. And this is if you want to know more specifically to your requirement and all that. So
I was
yeah, tell me.
having some problems.
Yeah. Now it's okay. No, I just now we had some technical difficulty, and I'm just sharing that if they want to know more, they can Google CIMB Greenpeace Ready, and as well if they need to know specifically some other things, they can connect with you directly on LinkedIn, and you'll be answering some of the question. So I think just to add on to the Greenpeace Ready, I think you have cut a little bit before we were disconnected. Is there anything you want to continue, or we can go to the next question?
Where was it cut? Did I mention about LCTF?
Um, I think you cut before that.
Before that. Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's okay. I think to jog the memory a bit. So it's a program that it's specifically for SME, right?
Yes, especially for SMEs. I think, yeah. So we have various associates there. But the main, I think the recommended one to start with is Impacto, because that will give the big picture before they embark on other things, and really that becomes the foundation for them to build on. And for the financing part, as SMEs go on their sustainability journey, I think there will be capex and opex requirements, and this is where the CTF comes in. I don't think maybe I was cut before that, but I just like to highlight the CTF parameters. It's
Okay.
up to 10 million ringgit, up to 10 years tenure, and it comes with a, guarantee from CGC and SJPP, or SJPP. And so hence, SMEs do not need to worry about coming up with additional collaterals whatsoever. And the pricing is attractive. It's 5% fixed per annum. And I think uh, SME should take advantage of this, because it's fixed, so you don't really have to worry about any more increases of OPR, right? We've seen quite a few recently. So and the objective or the purpose is wide enough. I think it just says that as long as you are adopting low carbon practices or sustainable practices into your operations, then a CTF should be that that perfect facility to support it.
Understand. So for all these programs, like how can SMEs apply? Is there any specific requirements and all that for them to consider before applying?
Uh, I think requirements just the standard. When you approach a bank, I think just the standard requirements of your financials and whatnot. But the channels, I think, so there's a few. I guess if you want to go to the Green Biz Ready website, I think Hari has shared, you can start there as well. There's a leave your contact icon there, and you can get connected there. You can also drop me an email, connect with me on LinkedIn. My email is azmir.abdullah@cimb.com. And also, if some of the SMEs already have some sort of relationship with our commercial banking relationship managers, of course, they can always use that channel and inquire. So those are some of the channels that they can try to inquire about, whether be it LCTF, HTG, Green Biz Ready, and the likes.
Is there a specific requirement, like you need to operate more than certain years, or like I don't know. So for the not how to apply again, but like what are some of the requirements?
Yeah, so most of the one of the standard requirements is, I think, 3 years in operations. And then, of course, when you're in operations, of course, you'd have your accounts, and then your audited accounts, and your your current account statements and whatnot. But it's again, it's quite basic, because these are for the broad-based SMEs, right? So whatever that is a normal requirement when you approach a bank, that it will be the same. It's just that this facility specifically is for to help SMEs incorporate low carbon elements in their business. So that's LCTF. But for example, if you're interested in Green Biz Ready, which is not a lending product type of facility, whatever. But Green Biz Ready is just open to all CIMB customers, whether you have borrowing or you don't have any borrowing, you just have a current account. It's open to all SME customers. And that channel would be specific through that Green Biz Ready website. So I think even if you don't have that link, so you just type CIMB Green Biz Ready, I think it'll bring you to that site, probably in your top 5 searches. So you just go there and leave your contact there, and we'll be in touch with you. Yeah. So that's very that's open to everyone. And again, like what I said, our recommended step there is do the impacto assessment, so that you get a broader picture and a more holistic structure to plan your sustainable journey.
Understand. So I think one of the main thing is to be a CIMB customer, right? So guys, if you
Yeah.
are looking to to get help from CIMB, become their their client, and the service is free. So this is a time for you to actually take advantage of this program, and that is why one of the reason I bring Ms. Azmi as well, because a lot of these opportunities right now it's here. There's a lot of opportunities available. It's just whether we want to or not. So before we end the session, I just want to ask, what are some of the future plans that CIMB are looking in terms of sustainability and also product offering?
Yeah, I think there's a lot if you ask about CIMB, but probably I'll just focus on commercial banking. I guess Green Biz Ready, we launched it in 2021, which was, I think, yeah, still the year of MCOs and whatnot. We probably got it ready, maybe at that time slightly ahead of time. We got it ready before everyone was ready. So really the plan is to accelerate the take up, and I think this is common, not just in Malaysia. I think a lot of SMEs are taking that wait and see kind of approach, right? And really, I'm excited to to start this year with with a lot of talks from corporates that they say, okay, we want to make sure that our supply chains are sustainable. There's talks of greening the value chain and whatnot. So really now we have a common partner with a common objective, right? And we've got Greenbiz ready, already ready, right, to be tapped on by a lot of SMEs. It's really just like what you said, Arif. uh, it's there. It's just a matter of leveraging or tapping on that opportunity, or what's available. So happy to work with corporate customers to look at the supply chain, even with maybe trade association, chamber of commerce, and whatnot. And I guess one of the things, and I heard this from your previous episode with Amira, and I think you covered, the opportunities part at the end, and how you, you yourself, you stumbled upon it, you did it, and then you benefited from it, right? So I think a lot of SMEs probably need those kind of maybe real life cases or examples for them to kind of look up to, and then then they can apply it on their own, right? um Future plans, we also have something quite exciting to be announced soon. So do keep a lookout for the SME space, something that we are cooking right now. That's one. The other one is, we're having our Cooler Earth Sustainability Summit again this year, in September. So do keep a lookout on that. Yeah, there's, I mean, apart from that, there's many other things. Yeah, just but I guess the main thing today is, for my space, commercial banking, Green is ready. It's already there. Please take advantage of it. If you want to have some insights, go to the previous episodes where you had a chat with Amira, from Impacto. And Impacto is that delivery partner, as one of the delivery partner in Green Biz Ready, to deliver that capacity building piece for the SMEs.
Awesome, awesome. So once again, for us, in terms of the activism for sustainability, we are so happy that CIMB is doing it in a way that is big is one and holistic in a way. And you guys do look into all the other elements of it as well. So for me, I would like to congratulate you and your team for pushing for the agenda forward. And we do look forward to what you guys are going to launch soon. And we want more people to support those programs as well. So we are at the end of the show. Thank you very much, Azmir, for being part of the show and sharing what you guys have done and are offering. If you guys, for the audience, thank you very much for spending your time. We have Nara, you thank, and Peter, you comment on the chat. So thank you very much for tuning in. Um, and if you guys find the episode helpful, do share it with your friends and or partner, and see how CIMB can help you. So with that, thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, have a green week ahead. Bye bye, guys.